Welcome to Verify This, the show that answers your questions and fact-checks viral claims so you don't have to. I'm your host, Adiante Till. Our team of researchers, reporters, and producers are all across the country working hard to get verified answers to questions about this week's viral stories, including, is it true that Democrats cut $280 billion in funding for Medicare? Is the pandemic-era increased child tax credit still available to families this year? Can employers request access to your credit report? Is there a recall for KitchenAid mixer attachments due to lead? And is Walmart charging a fee to use its shopping carts? Stick with us for the next 15 minutes and we'll reveal how we uncovered the truth. We'll show you our sources and helpful context so you can avoid sharing potentially harmful misinformation. Let's get started. The Inflation Reduction Act that was signed into law in 2022 made some big changes to everything from climate policy to health care. A recent viral post claims that legislation cut billions of dollars from Medicare. So we asked Casey Decker to dig into the bill for an answer.
Verify answers your questions about what's true and what's false. One of our viewers asked us, is it true that Democrats cut $280 billion in funding for Medicare? It's a claim that's been made by several high-profile Republicans, including recently Florida Senator Rick Scott.
They cut $280 billion out of Medicare, and they want to say, we want to cut it? No.
So let's verify. Our sources, the Congressional Budget Office, the Inflation Reduction Act, AARP, and the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, a nonprofit group. Scott's claim comes from language in the Inflation Reduction Act passed by Democrats last year. It made a bunch of sweeping policy changes, including some to healthcare. For instance, the law allows Medicare to negotiate with drug companies for lower prices, something it couldn't do before. As a result, the Congressional Budget Office estimates Medicare could save roughly $280 billion over the next decade. But it's cost savings, not budget cuts. Taxpayers are still getting the same services. The government will just have to spend less to provide them. Several policy organizations that focus on healthcare or the budget have said claims the Inflation Reduction Act cuts Medicare are baseless. AARP called such claims a lie. The Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget called them a misleading attack. We can verify, no, Democrats did not cut $280 billion from Medicare. With your Verify, I'm Casey Decker.
Are you following us on TikTok yet? Well, you should be. We post explainers on new legislation, we fact-check claims that go viral on the app, and this month we're covering misinformation about Black History Month. In this video, we verified that a viral meme claiming that the inventor of Vicks VapoRub is this North Carolina man is false. To find out who really invented Vicks VapoRub and to learn more about this gentleman's actual backstory, watch the full video by searching Verify This on the app. And don't forget to click that follow button so you're the first to see what we post next. Next up, parents, this one's for you. It's tax season and the pandemic changed a lot about how we file and how much money we can expect back. Casey Decker explains why your tax return will be much smaller this year.
With tax season underway, Verify is here to answer your questions. We noticed some folks were startled because the money they can get from the child tax credit appeared to have gone down significantly this year. You might remember that as part of the pandemic relief efforts, that credit was increased by at least $1,000 per child. So let's verify. Can families receive the increased child tax credit this year? Our sources are the White House, the IRS, and the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. The child tax credit was created in the 90s as a way to give families under a certain income threshold extra cash to help raise their kids. Historically, the money came in the form of a yearly lump sum at tax time, $2,000 per kid. In 2021, President Biden signed the American Rescue Plan, a stimulus package aimed at helping the nation bounce back from COVID. One of its provisions was to increase the child tax credit by $1,000 per kid, even more for kids 5 and under. Some of that money was actually sent out in advance in the form of monthly checks, and the rest claimed on that year's tax return like normal. But the law specifically says this bonus cash was a one-time thing, only for the 2021 tax year. That means there were no more monthly checks in 2022, and the total amount per kid went back down to $2,000. So we can verify, no, you won't receive the increased child tax credit this year. You can still get the regular credit if you claim it on your tax return. With your Verify, I'm Casey Decker.
Oh, did you hear that? That sound means it's time for our first Did You Know, where we feature one relatively unknown, interesting fact that we, of course, have verified. So here goes. Did you know that the credit score that we use today didn't exist until 1989? It's true. While credit bureaus have existed in the United States since the 1800s, there wasn't a universal score that was uniformly applied to all lending situations until 1989. To learn more about the history of credit scores in the U.S., go to verifythis.com and search credit scores. Now, if you liked that Did You Know, sign up for our daily newsletter. It has a new Did You Know every day, as well as 3 fast facts and more of our most recent stories. To sign up, go to verifythis.com/email. Next up, can potential employers run your credit as part of a background check? We looked into what the law says to make sure you know your rights. And here's what we found. During the interview process for a new job, you can feel like you're under a microscope. Employers asking for all sorts of personal information. But what information is off limits? One of our viewers who was going through the hiring process says a potential employer asked for her credit info. She asked us if that's legal. So let's verify. Can employers in most states request access to your credit report? Our sources are the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, the National Conference of State Legislatures, IntelliCorp, and Experian. There is no federal law prohibiting employers from running a credit check on potential employees, and it is a legal option during the hiring process in most states. But at least 11 states and 4 major cities have laws limiting or banning employer credit checks, according to the National Conference of State Legislatures and IntelliCorp, a company that provides employee background checks for businesses. But even in those places, exceptions are made for some government and finance jobs. Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, employers are required to get written permission before they can check your credit. You can say no, but the employer can choose not to hire or promote you as a result. According to Experian, one of the 3 major credit reporting bureaus, if an employer runs your credit, they won't be able to see your credit score, specific account numbers, or information about your spouse. If you don't get the job because of your credit report, the employer has to tell you that that's why you're being rejected and give you an opportunity to correct any errors in the report. This show revolves around answering your questions. So if you see something or hear something that you want us to verify, just send us a text to 202-410-8808. Now, if you send us an email of a video asking the question, even better. Your video and the answer to your question could be featured in next week's show. Like this one sent in by Verify viewer Michelle Cooper from Columbus, Ohio.
Hey Verify, this is Michelle from Columbus, Ohio. I've been reading postings, comments, and news articles that the KitchenAid mixer is recalling their paddle and hook attachments due to lead contamination. Can you please verify if this is fact or fiction?
Michelle, we looked into what sparked these claims and if there's any truth to them. Here's what we found. An alleged recall of KitchenAid mixers is causing quite a stir. Dozens of viewers have emailed us asking about a viral Facebook post that claims that KitchenAid's attachments contain dangerous amounts of lead and that they're being recalled. So, is that true? Is there a recall? Let's verify. Our sources are Whirlpool Corporation, KitchenAid, the Consumer Product Safety Commission, and the Food and Drug Administration. We can verify that no, there's not a KitchenAid mixer attachment recall due to lead. That's according to Whirlpool, the brand's parent company, and confirmed by the Consumer Product Safety Commission. Verify traced claims about lead contamination in KitchenAid attachments to online and social media posts by Tamara Rubin, who runs the Lead Safe Mama website and social media accounts. Rubin is demanding a recall after conducting an at-home test that she says found dangerous levels of lead on the attachments. Rubin's test has not been independently confirmed. The FDA doesn't require kitchen utensils to be 100% lead-free, but does set limits on the amount. KitchenAid says any lead levels in their products comply with FDA standards. Viewers can send us questions in all sorts of ways, but video questions are definitely my favorite. I love getting to see who's watching the show and getting to know you guys better. So if you see a claim that you want verified, do what Michelle did. Grab your phone and record yourself asking the question and then email it to us at questions@verifythis.com. Next up, let me show you what we've been working on Instagram. With just a quick scroll, you'll see some verified headlines, like this one, confirming that NFL player Jamar Hamlin isn't dead as conspiracy theorists claim. You can click on our Reels page to have one of our reporters walk you through a fact check and watch clips from our experts. To check out our page, search for Verify This on the app. And feel free to slide in those DMs if you have a question for us. Next up, a viral post claims Walmart started charging a fee to use its shopping carts. We asked Casey Decker to find out if those claims have any wheels.
A video on TikTok is racking up millions of views, claiming a big change is coming to the shopping experience at Walmart.
Starting February 1st, Walmart is going to charge you $1 to take out their carts.
So, is that true? Is Walmart charging a fee to use shopping carts? We'll verify using these sources. What the video is actually showing is not a fee, but a deposit system. In some places like Europe, in order to unlock a cart from the corral, you often need to insert a coin. When you return the cart, you get your coin back. It's a small incentive for people to not just leave their carts in random places. It's not very common in the US, though some stores like Aldi use it. We checked with a Walmart in Portland, Oregon, and they told us they have no plans to implement such a system. The video in question was actually taken at a store in Canada, as the creator explained in a follow-up post. Walmart confirmed to us that they do use the deposit system at some stores in Canada, but even then it's not a fee since you get the coin back when you return the cart. So we can verify, no, Walmart is not charging a fee to use shopping carts. With your Fast Fact, I'm Casey Decker.
Every day we send out a daily text alert with links to some of our recent stories. One of the stories we recently shared verified that scientists didn't warn people that eating eggs causes blood clots. Verify viewer Lo was especially grateful for that story. She texted us back saying, "I read this morning's Verify text as I took my first bite of scrambled eggs. Thank goodness it was false." If you want to get our daily text alerts, just text the word verify to 202-410-8808. Now, while you're signing up for those texts, we have time for one last Did You Know before we go. Did you know that Mr. Potato Head was the first toy marketed on television? It's true. Hasbro launched Mr. Potato Head advertising campaign in April of 1952. Now, before I peel out, on behalf of our entire Verify team, I hope you enjoyed the show and that you learned something new today. I'm your host, Ariane Till. If you're craving even more fact checks, head on over to the Verify This YouTube page. That's where you can find bingeable fast facts, extended interviews with our experts, and lots of fact checks. And while you're there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. As always, if there's something else that you want us to verify, just send us a text to 202-410-8808. And if you send us your question as a video, you could end up in the show. Our number is still on the screen, so make sure you lock us in, and we'll see you back here next week with answers to more of your questions verified. For more episodes of Verify This, go to our video on demand. Click shows at the top of your screen, and there you'll find past episodes of Verify This, plus other shows on demand.